Hello.
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 Yo, yo, yo.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And a ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 indeed. And in the week that a science teacher in North Carolina claimed that solar panels were going to suck up all the sunlight.
And a man is trying to raise money to make a key for a mausoleum in London, which he believes could be a working time machine.
And of course, a man named Jason Dixon has been offered by officials in his home state of Ohio, has been ordered rather, to remove a zombie nativity scene. It's not even the first time he's been asked.
Is that because he didn't get planning permission or something stupid like that?
Yeah, I think he didn't get planning permission. Probably not because it
Not
was
because it's
outrageously
made of zombies or
like
anything.
that.
Anyway, in all of those weeks, we bring you episode 5 of the Geekly Chronicles.
Episode 5.
I can't believe it.
Nice to have you back in human form, Katharine.
I know, right? It's weird.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did enjoy Robot You last week, though.
I enjoyed listening back to Robot Me.
It was a lot of fun. And so we don't have Robot Katharine with us this week, but we do have, real Katharine, who I'm led to believe give us just as good insight into the weird and wonderful world of somebody's brain.
Well, maybe.
I guess.
Okay.
I think regular me's a little bit slower than Robot Me, but
I would
I
definitely
don't
agree
have
with
the
that.
circuitry.
You do not, no.
That is true.
You do not have the buttons.
No,
Yes.
I just have a brain blob.
Indeed. We've got some great stuff coming up on the show this week, which is a phrase I realise I say at the start of every week, which is quite irritating. But,
We've got stuff coming up as we do most weeks, though, so that's kind of good.
That's true. We've got the regular Would You Rather. We've got some discussions on some fun stuff coming up. We have got the return of Game of Geeks, the game show in which pits Chris and I against each other. What scores are we on?
That's a good question, actually.
That's a
I
good
think
question.
were we on 2 shows?
2 shows
each?
to 1, I think, or 2 shows
I think it was
each.
2 shows to...
This is
5,
yeah.
and
This is 5.
Yeah, we missed it
We
last
missed
week.
1, so we've done 3.
Yes.
So I
it was
think with
definitely
2 shows to 1,
yeah.
To you or to me?
No, I think it was
you.
to
To me,
Kaz.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm excited.
I'm glad we remember these kinds of important facts.
I do have it written down.
Good.
I just don't have it in front of me.
Oh, we've got the Tumbl
Good.
Fumbl, more stuff to add into the prize draw. We've got a great interview with Gretchen McCulloch talking about some of the coolest and newest and most interesting words of 2015. As usual, we've got a forecast. We've got loads of great stuff coming, and maybe, just maybe, something sugary, spicy, and all things nicey. Oh,
That still happens.
We got a single thud.
Excellent.
That was good then. Well,
right.
Okay.
I do like that song. I just
We're
completely
back,
lost my
everyone.
train of thought. I was like,
Yes.
okay, ready to go, and then suddenly there was a thud from somewhere. No idea where that came from.
Good, so long as we're as competent as ever.
Exactly. So thank you for your requests coming in from the chat room. That's all very good. As always, we are doing our regular feature, Would You Rather. However, this week we are remembering to tell you about it at the start of the show.
Aren't we fantastic?
So for those of you that don't necessarily remember...
You know those party games that everyone thinks are still fun when you're sober, but really aren't? It's time for Would You Rather.
Indeed.
Yes.
And yeah.
It's one of those ideas we had. And this week's Would You Rather, we've gone a little bit Christmassy.
It's all a bit festive here in the Geekly studio.
We're hurtling towards the festive season at a rate of knots. We've decided to
7 days until Christmas.
That's kind of terrifying.
It's a week today.
That's more than a kind of terrifying.
So yeah, we were sat there earlier, as we often do. We always come up with the Would You Rather on the day, just in case there's anything topical. And
There never is.
Well, I'd say that Christmas is reasonably topical.
Yeah, but it wasn't a surprise.
It was like, oh, suddenly Christmas is here. How had nobody known that was happening?
Yes. No, we hadn't predicted that one at all. So we've Santerified the Would You Rather. And this week the question is, would you rather, and I can't remember which one of us came up with this. I think it may have been you, Kez.
It was.
Would you rather have Santa for a father or have a monkey for an uncle?
Santa for a dad or a monkey for an uncle?
Can I clarify? Would I have to sort of exchange one of my current uncles for a monkey, or would I get an additional uncle?
No, you'd have to
think
exchange.
you'd have to swap.
Yeah, you'd have to
Yeah.
exchange one of
Right.
your current uncles for a monkey. So one of your current uncles would turn into a monkey, or your dad would turn into Santa.
My dad already is Santa.
White beard, slightly rotund, wears a red suit.
Sometimes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that is interesting.
I mean, I believe you.
I thought that happened to everyone.
No, just you and whoever Nick Frost's children are.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
there is that.
okay.
Would your dad become Nick Frost?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so suddenly it looks less appealing. I mean, the idea of having a
Although
monkey
even
for an
then.
uncle is quite cool, I guess, because I would like to have an uncle that could swing from trees, had a tail, would throw its poo at my enemies.
Who's to say it would throw its poo at your enemies and not just everything in sight?
Well, because I would think that it would still love me like my uncle. Actually, my uncle doesn't. I ignore that then.
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
end up
it would just
doing
be-
it,
Yeah,
You'd end up covered in poo.
family Christmases would be terrible.
Would be very,
Absolutely.
very messy.
Yeah.
Certainly.
But then Santa for a dad, the problem with that is, right, imagine it's Christmas. Imagine it's Christmas.
Imagine it's Christmas.
Imagine it's
oh,
Christmas.
that old
Just
thing.
I will
7
cast my
days'
mind
time.
a week into the future.
Yeah. So, you wish for a great gift from Santa, and you get it, obviously, from your dad. But you know that your dad has also given lots of much cooler gifts to other people, and you barely get to see him on Christmas Day because of time zones.
Yes, that is
You
true.
spend most of the day delivering gifts to other people.
But the rest of the year, he'd be all yours. He wouldn't be, too
That's
busy
true.
to
He only
come and
works
see
one
a
day a year.
ball
But he
game
wouldn't
at
give you
Christmas in the
gifts the
summer
rest of the
or-
year.
Well, he'd give me gifts on my birthday. He's my dad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
that'd be it,
Santa
though.
probably gives gifts to his children on his birthday. So.
Does Santa have
Yeah, I
children?
bet he sees stuff and thinks of his kids.
Does he have kids? Does Santa have children? I've never heard that once in the stories.
Wasn't that a movie like Fred?
Yeah,
Claus
Fred
or
Claus
something.
was a thing.
I'm not sure that's
So-
canon. I'm not sure that's canon in
Who
the Santa
decides?
universe.
Who decides what is and
what
isn't
is Santa
Santa canon?
canon?
The Pope.
Hashtag Santa
All right.
canon.
So we need to tweet at Pontifex right
Yes.
now because I want to
Yes.
know, dear the Pope, does Santa Claus
Dear-
have
dear the
children?
Pope.
I don't think the
Love
Pope
Kez,
decides
age
this stuff.
984. No, it's yeah, I know it is a bit weird. I don't know who
Well, then
who
this-
does decide. Is there like the Council of Santa? Is
An
there?
arbiter of
So
Santitude.
this has reminded me of a
we need
book.
a geekly trip to the North Pole.
That seems practical to me. I mean, Katharine, are you in? I
Not
could go for
really.
that.
I don't think there's funds in the geekly petty cash budget.
But we
That's
can
very
we can
true.
we can write a Christmas song, driving to the North Pole to find out if Santa has children for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean that's got to
Okay.
be better than that other one. So
Like
where
Chris
they were
Rea,
just-
Lou
they-
Reed,
yeah.
who does that one?
They were just. I think it's Chris Rea.
Chris Rea.
I might be wrong.
So anyway,
But, yeah.
would you rather have Santa for a dad or a monkey for an uncle?
I really don't know.
I'm gonna
I-
stick with what I've
I-
already got.
I-
Santa for
I-
a dad.
To be honest, I'm seeing more benefits to Santa for a dad.
In which case, I
I'm-
really want your dad to give me a wicked Christmas present this year, or I'll throw
Well-
coal at him.
Okay.
That's how it
Okay,
works,
all right.
right? Do I have to
I'm-
give your dad a mince pie and a bit of sherry
I think that's how it
and
works.
a carrot for the reindeer? when I
Yes.
see him?
He'd probably prefer like real ale or something.
Well,
You see, this is the
Santa's a
thing.
member
And,
of camera, and we
and
didn't
it's,
know.
actually, and it's actually my
We'll
mum
see.
that eats the carrots.
Yes. We see
Wow.
now we know that Santa is Catherine's dad. We can get the full alcohol and mince pie preference before Christmas Eve, so we know what to leave out for optimal gifting.
Oh, right. So, hang on a second. So, Santa's already bought your gifts, but we'll upgrade it magically if you leave out better stuff.
I'm
You're
sure that's
questioning
how it
the
works.
magic of Santa. He
Yeah.
delivers a present to everyone. on
Yeah, I'm
his-
sorry. This just doesn't. It's not
Or
canon.
maybe,
it's
or
not
maybe
canon.
next year. He
You'll
will
get something
remember.
better because
last year.
you're the house that put out the real ale, the mince pie, and
And my
some cheese.
the cheese. Yeah,
So I got a nice East Coast IPA and some Stilton last year. Oh, dear.
I'll drop extra
Santa's a
presents on there.
hipster. Oh, it makes sense. The bishy beard, the love of
I know,
real
right?
ale. Santa is a hipster.
That makes a lot of
Santa
sense,
has
to
a
be
man
fair.
bun.
Santa 2.0.
Santa only works one day a year.
Same as every
Was
hipster.
there
I
ever
bet.
any doubt?
It's
Yeah.
it's all
Santa wears a red suit
It's
that
all
no one
flat
else would be
whites
seen
and-
wearing.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense.
does make a
Now
lot of
we
sense.
say
Santa
it.
is a
doesn't it?
hipster. Let's hashtag that bad boy.
Yeah.
Santa is a hipster. So how can people cast their votes?
People can cast their votes. That's you lovely listeners, at gkly.co/WYR.
We've had a
Stands for
vote so
Would You
far,
Rather.
even before we gave out the
Brilliant!
link.
Before we even told anyone what the question
Currently,
was.
we've got one vote for someone having a monkey for an uncle. So.
Excellent. So do get your votes in as the show goes on. Near the end of the show, we will get the results, see which you would prefer, and we'll try and implement this.
Yes.
If at all practical.
Now, did you see the news this week?
I saw some of the news this week.
I mean, there was lots of news.
There was a
Obviously,
lot of news.
Tim Peake is now on the International Space Station, has
Yep,
had a
that
cup of
happened.
tea and a hot bacon sandwich, which officially makes his boss the best boss ever.
Apparently so.
It just paints such a great image of people floating around in
Yes.
space, people from loads of different nations floating around in space, getting on with each other, eating bacon, drinking tea. This is what international cooperation should be about.
In fact, did you see that? Well, all of the people. I think all of the people on the ISS are on Twitter. Tim Peake certainly is. And Elton John said, "From one rocket man to another, good luck on your journey," or something.
Yeah.
And Tim Peake's first tweet from space, the first ever communication that he has sent down from the ISS via Twitter, was an apology.
That's
Which is the
very
most
British.
delightfully British thing ever. He said, "Sorry, that tweet arrived at like 0 hour and couldn't reply till I was in space," which is brilliantly British.
But all of that wonderful news about international cooperation and bacon sandwiches, which are, of course, two of my favourite things in the world.
Yes, that is true.
And yet, the news story that grabbed my attention the most this week was someone saying something, or an entire town saying something idiotic. Katharine, what was that about?
Solar panels, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just not getting it at all.
So what did they actually say? What was the story?
So the people of the town were rejecting a plan to build a solar farm on the basis that they thought the solar panels would suck up all the energy from the sun, and crops wouldn't grow and plants would die, and it would just generally cause badness for their town.
It was
And
all
so-
gonna go horribly wrong.
So they rejected solar panels
They did.
because they thought it would suck up all the energy from the sun.
Yeah.
And nobody stopped this from happening.
Nope.
Nobody had a quiet word.
Nope.
Nobody sent in a scientist or sent in Bill
Wasn't
Nye.
it a teacher,
Yeah.
from a local school or something that was
did
leading
teach
the.
science at some point. So that kind of worries me. It was so they
My
had
head hurts.
they had like a public forum to see what people thought, and her name is Jane Mann, and she said she is a local native and is concerned about the natural vegetation that makes the community beautiful, according to the local newspaper.
So
She
worried that
said-
the solar panels will take all the light away so the plants won't grow.
she said, or rather the local newspaper said, she is a retired Northampton science teacher and is concerned that photosynthesis, which depends on sunlight, of course, would not happen and would keep the vegetation from growing. And she even says that she has observed areas near solar panels where vegetation is brown and dead because it did not receive enough sunlight.
I'm guessing it's brown and dead because, well, the sun baked it brown.
Well,
Yeah.
like that.
Often happens in the summertime.
Or like an alternative idea that I'm gonna propose here, and I mean, call this a crazy scientific theory if you will. Maybe the dying vegetation that wasn't getting enough sunlight was under the solar panel, perhaps, like in the shade, because they are, solid objects.
That could well have been the case.
That is entirely possible.
Well, I feel a little bit worse about the world at this point in time. So
Yes.
I think it is only fitting that we play possibly one of the what I often think is the only legitimate Christmas song.
I would have to agree with you.
Possibly one of the best Christmas songs ever. So this is a request by Caitlin in the chat room. Thanks, Caitlin, for requesting this song. And we're going to get a bit sugary and spicy and all things nicey after this.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. But first,
It is
it's
the
very,
only, it's
very
the only Christmas song that
Christmassy.
matters.
Very Christmassy.
It's very Christmassy, and yet I was talking to someone the other day. It may well have been Ross or Penman in the chat room, that it's barely a Christmas song.
Oh,
And
it's-
yet
well, yeah, it's not
also
really
one
a
of,
Christmas-
one
it's
of the
just-
most Christmassy songs that we have because it's the only one we like.
It's as much a Christmas song as like an X Factor Christmas #1 is, but
Yeah.
it's actually a good song.
I think it's
And
that spirit of
immeasurably-
Christmas, isn't it?
yeah.
And that it isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and it's really about the relationships that you're in and where
Yeah.
you are, and it's not just Santa.
It's not
Santa
just
and smiling.
Santa.
Santa.
It's not
Santa.
just Santa.
In
All
it.
right, Donna Noble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are we
Alright.
doing now, Catherine?
Now we're doing sunshine and rainbows and Santa.
Yes, we are.
Okay, explain,
in what
please.
form?
Okay, so I was in Tesco and
Other
I
supermarkets
saw
are available.
Other supermarkets are indeed available.
and I saw a kit that promised to be everything you need to create a magical fairy tale home. I
That's
know, right?
probably cheaper than my rent.
Wait, hang on a second. Oh no, wait, I don't have Robo Catherine on here. That would have been an moment.
Okay, then.
Okay, so 6 easy steps to build your house. Okay, step 1.
What kind of house are we building?
Well, let's find out. Step 1, get the icing ready.
Okay, what happened here? Not
Okay,
literally.
so-
I've got a piping bag of icing in my hand.
Okay, so
You are
number
now
1.
squishing.
So get the icing ready. Take the bag of ready-made icing from the kit, then squidge the pouch around in your hands for 60 seconds so the icing gets nice and soft.
Ooh, that's a nice
This
noise,
means
isn't
it will
it?
doing
flow
it.
out of the bag
Ugh.
more easily.
Ugh.
So Kez has actually been squeezing the bag for a while.
Yes.
Kez has
Is
been
that a
squeezing
euphemism,
the bag.
Catherine? Is that a euphemism?
Thanks, Catherine.
I know, right?
Catherine.
All your all
No
your
squeezing the
secrets.
bag on air,
Right.
Kez.
Okay, so
Hang on.
I think that's got to be 60 seconds by now.
Okay, we're done.
So take the
All right.
take the cap off the bag and carefully snip the tip off the plastic.
Oh,
Okay, I
dear.
shall perform
With
a bris.
scissors.
I shall perform a bris on this bag.
Make
So-
sure you don't make the opening too large. It should measure
Yeah.
half a centimetre across. Now you're ready
Should
to
it?
start icing. Easy
All right.
squeezy.
Is that
Okay.
about half a centimetre?
Yes,
That's
and
about-
luckily the
yeah,
box
3/4,
stopped
but
the
okay,
tip,
that'll do.
tip of the bag from going in my eye.
Yeah.
Also, your glasses
that
probably
was,
would have helped.
that was nearly disastrous, but
Right, okay,
Okay,
so
right.
we've now got icing.
okay.
Okay, cool, right.
What are we going to put the icing on? Because we
So,
still haven't
we
told the lovely
have-
people at home.
It's bricks.
We're literally going to
it's a-
build a house.
Yeah, bricks and icing. It's a real
Literally gonna
Cockney
build-
Christmas.
So
Yes.
our house has these special foundations. It is
Oh, glorious. There's like a plastic
So,
tray. It's
a
great.
plastic tray which says Easy Build TM. That's E
Someone trademarked-
Z build.
I wouldn't want
TM.
that on the bottom of my house.
Someone has trademarked Easy Build,
Easy Build TM.
and it
tray.
is a plastic tray.
Okay,
I love this already.
So the plastic tray does have some foundations.
Yeah,
like,
no,
like
there
dug
are
into
definitely
it.
foundations. That's
Right.
very true.
So, oh no,
But
no,
what
no,
are we
no,
gonna-
hang on. So get the pieces ready to build. Lay out
Okay.
the house pieces.
Shall I
Oh right,
get
okay.
them?
So we need to
I'm gonna
unwrap
open
the
up
house
the
pieces.
house pieces.
Right, I've got icing ready to go.
Okay,
You're
so-
squeezing it in a very menacing
do we
manner.
have those
I'm gonna-
scissors?
I'm gonna
that
Yeah,
just-
can I
might-
get in on those scissors so I can get? this?
I'm gonna eat this icing if you don't hurry up.
Okay, we better
Maybe
do
I
this
should
quick.
take a picture of this easy build tray.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely do. It
Get
is-
that up on Twitter.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So
On it.
after I've got the house
I don't know if
pieces,
you're going to be able to see the fact that it's easy build.
what are we? I've
Well,
realised
shall I turn it up the other way?
Yeah,
nowhere
that's
in the
great.
instructions does it actually tell the lovely people at home or wherever they are what the house is made of, which is
Love.
quite interesting. So it's
Built
made of
with love.
Oh, no,
it's made of magic
okay.
and sparkles, as far as you know.
So let me read out the rest of the instructions. Lay out the house pieces.
Well, I've got the house pieces, so
Okay.
I'm just going to pop them down on the table.
10 points to Gryffindor. Oh, not that kind of house.
So the ends of the house.
Although this house does have points.
So that's the 2 bits
See what
Chris
he did
currently
there?
has in his hands. Put those face down so that the rough side of the gingerbread
There we go.
There we
is
go.
showing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We are building a gingerbread house live on air because this is a brilliant
We should be
idea.
periscoping this.
We should. I can't. Where's my phone is over there.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
I don't know where your periscope is, sorry. Lay out the house pieces and squeeze icing into the 4 grooves in the tray.
Ooh, okay.
I've got to do what now?
Interesting.
So that the tray with the 4 grooves, which I'm guessing is just the one big
The
square
one big
groove.
square hole is now being filled with icing.
Obviously, we need icing for sticking it all together
yeah.
and decorating.
Don't use all of the icing, but use the icing.
Okay,
Don't
so
break
that's cool.
my tray, my easy squeezy tray.
Basically.
Yeah. And then put a line of icing around the outside of the ends of the house. So I think you can see
All
what
around-
the
all around
what
here.
the lady in the purple jumper is doing.
Oh,
here
I
on
see.
on the
The
back of the.
ends.
So
there.
it looks like she just goes around 3 sides.
And there.
and then
Okay.
along the bottom.
I'm creating a Periscope account. If you follow us on Twitter, we are at GKLYCO.
Okay, so if you do that to both of the ends.
I will shortly be periscoping this escapade.
Both of the ends.
Yeah. It smells a bit gingerbready in here, which is quite nice.
Smells quite icing-y as well.
You must be, well, obviously you're closer to the icing than me.
I am doing the icing, yes. That would make a little
Right.
sense, wouldn't it?
So now...
Which ends do I put this in?
Like-
This on radio probably doesn't really work very well. Which end do I put this in?
Okay, right. So I don't really think it matters from the picture on here. But yeah, you're putting the ends and the sides together now.
We are now live on
Can you see
Periscope.
this? We're on step 4.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm doing it.
We can see
So step 4, stick the walls together. Put
This-
the back wall into one of the longer grooves in the tray
Done that.
with the icing lines facing in.
Obviously.
I know, right? then add a side.
basic
What
construction.
kind of house noob do they take me for?
Then add a side, pressing up against the icing, so
Yeah,
it sticks to
That's
the back
lovely.
wall.
Yeah,
Basically.
there
Do
it
the
is.
same thing with the front wall and
Yeah.
the other side wall.
Kez has got it. Kez
Make
has got
sure
it.
the
Way ahead of
sides
you.
with the windows marked are facing out.
Really?
If you go on our Twitter at GKLYCO, you can see the periscope of us building this. Here are the instructions.
going
I'm
surprisingly
showing,
well.
I'm showing the periscopers now.
So-
This is
There's the
yeah,
lady
this
in the
is-
jumper, the purple jumper,
This is
So-
going a lot better than I thought
sticking
it
the
would.
walls together.
So,
So we
here is
are building a
step
gingerbread
5.
house live on air here.
Yeah.
Step 5, prepare to put on the roof. Okay, so this...
Hang on a
so-
second. Hang on.
Right. Are you prepared?
I'm prepared.
Okay, right. So, have a look at your walls from above to make sure they're not wonky.
To make sure they're
My
not
walls
wonky.
aren't wonky.
Okay,
Listeners
excellent.
/ viewers on Periscope, do you think the walls are wonky?
If they are,
let us know.
gently
Hashtag
move them a
wall
little
wonk.
to make a nice, neat rectangle.
It's a nice, neat rectangle. Right,
Then
what next?
squeeze a line of icing along the top edges of the front and back panels. Here, I can show you there on step 5.
Jess, who was our guest from a few shows ago, says that she loves the way we're showing elbows and arms like the lady in the purple jumper, like the box model. So Kez is
Hashtag
now
box model.
now icing the top of the roof thing.
Am I doing it
There you
right?
go. I
I think
assume
this is
so.
called the this
These
on
are
the,
the-
this would be called the flashing, I believe.
The flashing. Oh, interesting.
Do I need to do it along here as well?
house facts?
The lady in the jumper doesn't.
Well, I'm
I
going
mean, you
to.
might as well. We're going to have to use
it
up all
does
this icing
say-
somehow.
I'm going to eat it.
Squeeze a line of icing along the top edges
Jess
of the
says
front and
Jess
back
says
panels.
yes, we should use the icing, so we're going to.
Okay, yeah. She doesn't tell us to, but I think we are.
Just going to put a little extra there just to hold it all in place. I'm
Yeah.
a little worried about structural integrity.
Amy on Twitter says it shouldn't matter if you've got a hashtag wonky wall. You'll just have a gingerbread Wendy house.
So does it goes that way, right, with these bits facing down. So do I just plonk this on now?
I assume so.
Okay, so 6, finish your
That's
house.
some very nice
Carefully
tiling.
stick the roof panels onto the strips of icing and hold them in place for a minute while the icing
For
sets.
a minute?
That's
Yeah,
a
whole
while.
minute.
For a whole minute?
Add a strip of icing where they join at the top and hold for another minute.
Okay, hang on, right. I'm just doing this and I'm going to hold it for a minute.
Ah, I see.
Okay, so
Okay.
now we need some kind of minute.
Ah, my wall went in a bit. I pushed my wall in accidentally. Never mind,
So
I'm going to leave it.
We should
We'll
have
be
queued
good.
up the countdown thing to play twice.
Ah,
Yes,
yes.
that would have been a good idea.
Never mind.
But
Well,
alas,
we shall
we are-
count.
we are not that
I shall
well
count a
prepared.
minute from now.
It's all good. It does look quite tasty.
I think it looks properly cute.
Yeah, there's the instructions again. You can see the lady in the purple
Right, I'm
jumper.
going to go for it. I know it's not been a minute, but never mind.
But this is
But
radio.
we can put this along the top and then we can play a song and hold it for 2
and hold
minutes.
it. Yeah, there you go. So the top has now been iced, and it is looking awfully homely.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas here.
Indeed, it is.
Okay, just adding a little bit more. You know, I think it's fine without even
Well,
holding it, to be honest
We
with
do
you.
need icing for decoration. Otherwise,
Jake-
we won't be able to stick the sweets
I know,
on.
I'm
That's
just
very
kind
true.
of where I damaged it a bit at the side. I'm just a little
I'm
extra.
worried that we need to be holding the roof.
Okay, okay, fine, I'll hold the roof.
I think maybe we should play a song.
Possibly.
Okay, let's see what's in the request queue, shall we? As I
Why
move-
not? As you hold the
I've got one hand on my gingerbread house and the other hand on our request queue here.
One hand
that a
on my
song by
gingerbread
Alanis
house.
Morissette?
She's got one hand on her gingerbread house.
Absolutely.
Does Alanis Morissette.
Mhm.
Yes, I do. It's like she's here.
Yes, it does mean that
in the same way
occasionally-
that it was like Katharine was here.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Now, we've got the Tumbl Fumbl coming up shortly, but there's another hashtag that I've been observing this week.
Oh,
we're
God.
leaving our gingerbread house to set for a bit before we decorate
we'll
it.
be decorating it a bit later on.
Yeah, so there's this hashtag that I've been noticing, 2015 in 5 words, which is
Okay.
just a bit weird, really. Have you seen this, Katharine?
I have, yeah. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Well, to try and sum up my year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through. Joe Biden has done one saying, "I've never been more optimistic." I'm assuming he's not talking about the Donald Trump debate results. Someone else here who's an aid worker that has said, "Halted spread of Ebola virus." I suppose that's something to be proud of.
Yeah,
Very much so, yeah.
that's definitely
Let's skip to 2016 already. Is one of them.
fair enough. I'm just bringing up the.
How would you sum yours
tweets
up?
now? Well, in true geekly style, I would have to say, well, there we are then.
Well, there we are then.
Mainly because well, there we are is only 4 words. I've just clicked on it in the Twitter client here, and they're all going by so fast. There's lots.
Live life to the fullest.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Let me just finish procrastinating.
Someone says, I hated every single day, which is a nice cheery note to end the year on.
Blimey.
A year full of adventures. Gay marriage was finally legalized.
Yes,
That's
that
obviously
is
an American
true.
one.
Also good news.
That
Yeah.
is true.
2015, lol.
I'm
Very
not really
true.
feeling there's been a
That is correct.
theme
Factually.
to my year.
No, it's been
just
an
been a
interesting
year.
year, hasn't it? 2015.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our last show of 2015. The next time we do Geekly, it will be 2016 because our next show is actually on the 1st of January, which
Yes.
is going to be a great one. But
Someone said, got no something sleep, which that's a long time to be awake.
I wore khakis every day.
All right. Interesting.
It was a great year.
Prosaic. Has a 15 in it.
Well, at least I tried.
Wow, everyone is so positive, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Just
waited
go
for
back to bed.
I wait-
Civilization is dead.
Yeah. I waited for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Significant, but also very bad. Okay.
It's mostly One Direction
yes.
fans.
It's
scrolling through.
2015. Yeah, you're right.
What colour is the dress? That's a good
Oh
one.
yes,
The magical
that
colour
magical
changing dress.
Colour changing dress.
Blimey, I'd forgotten that.
Oh god, there's a whole debate. In fact, I saw a Q&A with you know when you buy paint for like your wall and it has all of those weirdly fascinating names like Midnight Blue or I don't know, Apathy Green. I saw a Q&A with 2 people that are actually responsible for coming up with those names. And they got asked what colour the dress was, and they both said different things, which was awfully rude.
Well, anyway, that's that hashtag out the way with. But even more excitingly,
It's the Tumbl Fumbl. Are you ready for a stroll in the hay?
Catherine.
Oh, love the Tumbl Fumbl. Right, anyway. So I've been
Yeah.
looking for festive things, obviously, on the internet this week.
Okay.
And I came across something that's not being currently updated, but is still worth a little scroll. And that is sketchysantas.tumblr.com,
Brilliant.
which is kind of does what it says on the tin. It's some pictures of Santa that, well, they all look a bit sketchy. Definitely not my Santa.
But your Santa's your dad, apparently. Do they look like an Uncle Monkey?
They look more like an Uncle Monkey than my dad.
All right.
That's fair.
Yep, these are some pretty sketchy Santas, I've got to say.
A little bit,
It's
yeah.
pretty much just lots of kids looking a bit upset.
A bit upset,
true.
and Santa's looking a bit creepy.
Indeed. So, I mean, after you've looked at that, you might need a little bit of light relief. which pretty much brings me on to the second item in the Tumbl Fumbl, which is a Twitter account this time. Not entirely festive, but some of you might be eating this for Christmas dinner, if you can handle it as well as sprouts. And that is cabbage. So twitter.com/real cabbage fact.
Real cabbage fact.
Real cabbage
Really?
fact.
Well, I've just clicked on it, and the first thing is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Cabbage. Not sure if that's a fact.
No, it's a, facts is sort of quite a loose definition of what it tweets. It's mainly
Certainly on
just cabbage
Twitter.
tweets.
There's quite a lot
Anything
in here.
about cabbage?
I mean, we've
All
got...
right. This cabbage has obviously been wronged because it's saying a cabbage does not have eyes, but that does not mean he can't see how mean you are. Poor cabbage. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 cabbages.
Instead of Fallout 4, what if there was a game called Cabbage 4 where you are a cabbage in the game and you just sit there and don't move?
Deck the halls with balls of cabbage. Fa la 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 la.
I touch my cabbage. I feel my cabbage. I pet my cabbage. I love my cabbage. I am my cabbage.
All right.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a cabbage.
Make sure you think of a cabbage before you go to sleep, or else the angel of death will be visiting you shortly.
Wow.
Wow.
That got dark.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Monday is like a cabbage. Sometimes it is green and leafy. Sometimes you want to kill everyone.
All right.
Friday.
I'm not sure I've ever had that problem with
Oh, well,
cabbages.
Wow.
Well, appropriately for today, Friday is a fun day to paint your whole body green and pretend to be a cabbage. But then Dad comes home and starts hitting you again. Okay,
Wow.
that's really
Wow,
dark.
That got really dark.
Whoa.
Instead of No Shave November, what if it was No Shave Cabbage, where you glued a piece of cabbage to your face every day until you die? This Twitter account is brilliant.
How to have a good day. Step 1, buy a cabbage. Step 2, name the cabbage Henry. Step 3, take Henry to the park. Step 4, give Henry a bath. Step 5, cry yourself to sleep.
I think Donald Trump has an evil cabbage on his head who is making him be mean.
To be fair, that
a
explains
lot.
That does
so
explain
much.
That is when you are making a pizza. Suddenly you hear a noise. Vrr, vrr, vrr. What is that? Vrr, vrr, vrr. What is that noise? Vrr, vrr, vrr. A cabbage is purring like a cat.
Okay.
Right.
If you run out of wrapping paper, just wrap your Christmas presents in cabbage leaves.
A cabbage is made of green leaves and a crunchy centre, and it reminds me of my girlfriend Debbie, who left me for Stephen.
All right.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Good night,
it's intense.
cabbage. Someone just hacked the cabbage tweeter, I think. That's a bit weird.
Okay.
Instead of Netflix and chill, what if it was cabbage and chill?
Wow. A good costume to wear on Halloween is the leaves of a deceased cabbage.
Okay.
A cabbage does not wear a watch, but they always have time for you.
Oh.
If
Well,
you pour
this is
maple
weird.
syrup on a cabbage, he will become all wet and sticky. So please don't do this. I am begging you.
All right.
This is a weird one.
Yep. Weird factor 10.
Weird factor 10. Well, what a fantastic Tumbl Fumbl. Now we just need
Excellent,
someone to
excellent
create
Christmas
Sprouts
Tumbl
Twitter,
Fumbl.
and I think we'll all be good.
Well, I think we have to do
I
that.
have to do a little search and see if Sprout Facts
See if we can make a
Brilliant.
Markov Twitter bot for Sprouts.
I mean, you know,
Yeah. Now,
we can.
the next song that we've got to play was actually a request from you,
There's
Katharine.
real Sprout Facts.
Ooh,
There is real Sprout Facts.
that's exciting.
I bring you this breaking news.
Wow.
What facts have we got about sprouts?
Oh, but real Sprout Facts hasn't tweeted since August 18th.
Oh, no Christmas sprout facts.
No. But were they good when they were there?
No.
Okay, so while we make a better sprout facts Twitter account,
Katharine, you requested this particular Christmas song. What's the context here?
Well, I haven't had time yet this year to watch Die Hard, which is my all-time favourite Christmas movie.
And you always watch it, right?
I always watch it every year. Yeah, in the run-up to Christmas. So yeah, this is my standout Christmas tune from Die Hard.
See, now I was waiting for you,
you
to
were
say
waiting
something.
for me to say something at that
And
point.
this time you
Yeah,
didn't.
I did not. Mainly because you commented on it.
That is
Foiled
true.
again.
Foiled again.
again.
So, an update then on our prize draw. So,
Yes.
as you will remember, hopefully, we are live in February
Extra
live on
Double
stage
live.
in London. So you can come and be part of a live episode of the Geekly Chronicles. We'll be broadcasting live, but also live on stage in front of a live studio audience.
Made of
who are-
live human beings.
Who are alive, yes.
So how can you get tickets?
Now go to gkly.co/live
/tickets.
/tickets.
/live will let them listen to the show
Oh,
that we
right.
do, because that's also
Okay.
a different kind of live.
Right, so gkly.co/tickets.
Yes.
That will take you through to our Eventbrite page where you can pick up a ticket for a whole shiny pound. Or for 15 shiny pounds if you want some
Yes.
extra goodies.
We will throw in a bag of geekly funness.
But we are
Debate
also
VIP
giving
tickets.
away prizes in the form of a prize draw. And because I'm terrible at spelling, I originally said it was a prize draw.
With an ER.
And so we are now actually giving away a draw
With an ER.
in our prize draw.
Without an ER.
There we go. So, in our fabulous draw in front of us, what have we got so far?
Well, we've got the manual for the draw, which we have all signed
and annotated.
annotated
Doodled on.
amusingly, which is quite fun. We have got the script for our new jingles,
Signed by-
Hattie Hayridge.
Yes, there we
who
go.
did the jingles.
Who
Do
did
you
the
want to give us
jingles.
a sampler of the jingles?
Which one should I pick?
I really
Oh,
don't.
there's geeks on the wavelength.
There are indeed.
Incontinent yellow alert.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Love the voice of Holly from Red Dwarf there.
Yeah, we are giving away an original Game Boy plus games, which makes a wonderful, wonderful noise.
Which we always wait for. And there we go.
There it goes.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Oh, the noise of my life.
The noise of my youth.
And speaking of games, we have a wristband from Rising Games,
Who were
we
guests on the
spoke
show.
to,
Yeah.
earlier in
Speaking
the series.
of our guests on the show, we also have a
Signed CD.
CD.
Yeah,
from Irene and the
Disappointments, who are our guests from episode 1. We have got a Raspberry Pi Zero.
We do have
I
a
remember
Raspberry
you
Pi
announcing.
Zero.
And we have a new thing to
We
go
have
in the prize draw.
A new thing. It is brand new. This
It
is this week's
it is brand
addition
new.
to the prize draw. Now, we're going to be talking very shortly about words, because I love the fact that we've had so many new and interesting words join us in 2015. But what this is kind of wordy.
So, well, very loosely wordy. So,
It's got a word on it.
It's got a word on it, yeah.
It's got our word on it.
Yes.
So I noticed that
It's got a
Marmite were doing a promotion where you could personalise a jar of Marmite. So I have personalised us a jar to give away, and it's special Geekly yeast extract as opposed to Marmite yeast extract.
It's an extract of geekly yeast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You could.
Yes. So
Yeah, anyway.
So if you're one of those people that doesn't like Marmite and you do win,
You can give it to someone who does.
We can only apologise.
Yeah.
But we won't, because Marmite is brilliant. But yeah, that is going in the prize draw, which is rather exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. And so, again, the information for winning that stuff.
You can
And a list of what all the stuff is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because there's a couple of things we've forgotten to say.
We've even we've forgotten to say all of the things. That's how excited we are about the prizes. But you can enter to win the prize draw at gkly.co/prizes. Leave us your name or Twitter name or whatever you want us to call you, and your email address, so we can let you know that you have won. And it includes the Geekly jingle script signed by Hattie Herridge, a signed copy of About the Walls by Irene and the Disappointments, the guest from episode 1, a portable USB charger, a tile donated by Jess from episode 2 or 3 or something, so you never lose your keys again, an original Game Boy plus some games, a Rising Games wristband, a Raspberry Pi Zero, a McDonald's cheeseburger and fries, which we bought on the 4th of December 2015.
Can I just say, ooh?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I don't think we should make that prize mandatory to take home.
No, we are going to seal that in
It's
Tupperware.
just art.
Because we were talking about that on the last show, and the actual draw, of course, that it all comes in, and the manual for the draw, and the new edition, which is our lovely Marmite.
Lovely Marmite.
So I wanted to
Lovely
spend some
Marmite.
time tonight talking a bit about words. There have been a lot of
Those
new
old things.
words. Yeah. There have been loads of new words in
In fact,
2015.
you could argue that we talk about words every week, every
we
other
use
week.
That's a point.
words. We use words.
We
every
do.
show.
I mean, some of us more than others.
Some of
Katharine
us
tends
just use
to make
sounds.
noises.
Yeah, that is true. But in this kind of, as we're looking back at 2015, with it being the last show of the year and everything,
That is true.
you know, there have been a lot of new words pop up this year. I mean, emoji has entered the dictionary. Somebody told me the other day that something was on fleek, which I'm pretty sure
that's a
means...
terrible
I think we
word.
should try and repress that.
Okay.
I think we should, yeah.
But then, you know, words do keep getting added to the dictionary, and it has always confused me as to how this happens, you know, how words like emoji or selfie, thanks to that lovely song reminder from our... back in our
You're
bad
welcome.
songs during Series 2.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for that, Chris. So I decided that I'd try and ask an expert. And so we now have the pleasure of talking to Gretchen McCulloch, who is, a languagey person.
A
is
languagey
the
person.
best description I can come with. Gretchen, maybe you can introduce yourself a little better.
My name is Gretchen McCulloch. I'm a linguist and a writer of linguistics for general audience. I write for The Toast, for Mental Floss, my own blog, All Things Linguistic, and a variety of other places, and I'm also writing a book on internet language.
So lots of words get added to the dictionary every year, and I'm really confused as to who actually gets to decide what goes into the dictionary and what doesn't go into the dictionary. What is that process like? I mean, is there like a council of elders sat round with candles and you know, in cloaks, kind of doing this? I'm thinking, I don't know, I've got like restricted room in the Hogwarts library thing going on in my head right now.
I was under the assumption there was a king of dictionaries,
The dictionary
something,
king,
the
is that
dictionary
like
king.
the king of ooh.
basically. And like whoever is the king of dictionaries gets to the words are brought like an offering.
Or queen, or queen, in the genderless ruler.
monarch. Yes.
I thought
of
it was all just
dictionaries.
done by Dictionary Corner on Countdown.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
so,
Susie Dent is the queen of dictionaries.
so Gretchen, what is the deal?
Well, first of all, there are a lot of different dictionary makers, and each of them is doing their own process for figuring out which words get added when. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to add words to each of their dictionaries, to Oxford dictionaries, to Merriam-Webster, to all sorts of different dictionaries. The editors of the dictionary are looking through what people are saying and saying, have people started using a word that we don't have already? Or have people started using a different sense of a word we do have, but haven't recorded that particular meaning of it yet? And they're just trying to keep up.
So let's talk about emoji. I mean, I use emoji begrudgingly sometimes.
I think they're cute.
You think they're cute?
Yeah.
You like emoji?
I like emoji.
I'm an overuser of emoji.
You're an overuser of emoji.
Yes.
You're an emoji addict.
Yes.
But
I insert emoji into my everyday speech sometimes. Winky face with tongue out.
Yeah, sometimes if there isn't an emoji I want, I put little stars around something. You know, like insert TARDIS emoji here. I desperately need a police box emoji.
Yes,
or
that
my
needs to
Doctor Who
happen.
tweet.
Yeah, we do need to make that happen. But emoji is one of the words that entered the dictionary this year. Now,
I think not just the word either. An actual emoji went in, didn't it?
did it really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the little
word,
crying laugh.
Yeah, the
crying
word
with
of
laughter.
the year was that little crying laughter emoji.
Wow. Didn't we used to call them emoticons?
I thought
Yeah,
that was
I'm-
when you actually sort of typed something, you know,
Like
like,
a colon
colon,
in a bracket.
close bracket.
A
Yeah.
lot of people actually do mean something different when they say emoticons versus when they say emoji. Emoticons classically are made out of characters that you find on a standard ASCII keyboard. So that's your :3 or colon. That's your colon parenthesis, colon D, colon P, equals sign P, and that kind of set of things that are constructed from other characters. Emoji are defined as a separate set by Unicode where they have, you know, the tears with joy face, or they have the, you know, smiling face, or they have the rabbit, or the pizza, or the cup of coffee, and things like that. So, you can make this, I think the reason why people are using the word emoji more is because we're using this second set of pre-made images more now than we used to, and I think people are still using emoticons in some cases, but I think they're using them less than they are emoji now because emoji have gotten so much easier to type, and because you can do a lot of stuff with emoji that you can't do with emoticons. So, it's pretty much equivalent, :P is pretty much equivalent to the face with the tongue stuck out, but I don't know how to make an emoticon of a pizza slice or a cup of coffee because that's just not something I know how to make with other symbols on my keyboard.
Right. So,
the emoji is just like the little drawings that we have.
So, I mean, thinking about, emoji and emoticon and words like that, they've kind of come along with the internet age. So how has the rise of the internet and social networks and stuff like that changed how new words enter our lexicon, our vocabulary? Are we using words that we wouldn't have used if the internet wasn't so prevalent?
One of the things that I think the internet has done is that it's changed the means by which people come up with new words or find uses for new words. So things like coming up with acronyms because those are faster to type, whether something was fast to type or not wasn't as much of a pressure before we were typing to each other all the time. And it's also become easier to add visualizations of our words. So whether that's adding emoji for visual interest or sending an image like on Snapchat or posting an image like on Instagram, I think that's changed, the way that we communicate with each other when we can't see our faces. We're coming up with other ways of representing that type of tone of voice and emotional nuance that we didn't have before. And I think that's really interesting.
So adding more words every year, just more and more words upon words upon words, is this good? Is it just making language more complicated, or are we actually making our lives easier?
You forgot to use words at all.
I know, right?
That's one way to simplify language.
From a linguist perspective, language is always changing. That's one of the only constants we have about language. And that's not really in a complex or good or a bad direction. It's just a thing that is, So it's like, styles change, fashion changes, architectural styles change, lots of things change, art changes, music changes. We'd get kind of boring if we only had the same things before. People are constantly innovating. People don't want to be old and stuffy like their parents. That's just a thing that happens. And it's not a sign of moral decay. It's not a sign of kids these days not knowing how to do things. It's not a sign of things getting too complex or too simple. It's just a thing that happens. And I think it's super interesting. And it's really interesting to study what's happening and how that's happening. But I don't think it's something we need to worry about.
So, I mean, we were saying earlier about how access to the internet has changed language, but English already is a kind of mishmash. We steal words from other languages all the time. And Esperanto was kind of a noble idea, a way of getting everyone to speak one language. Do you reckon with the internet, are we going to become a kind of homogenized blob and all speak the same language? Or do we kind of need to be speaking different languages because we have different cultures?
I think it's actually a big worry that there are very few big global languages that are widely supported on the internet these days. If you think about which languages are supported in things like Google and Wikipedia, it's a couple hundred. There are over 6,000 languages in the world, and most of them don't have a version of Google in their language. So this idea that we should all speak Esperanto, we should all speak English, we should all speak some language, I think that's misguided. I don't think that's somewhere that we're going to end up, that's really going to end up with peace or any sort of positive thing. I think that respecting linguistic diversity and appreciating each other's languages and learning multiple languages and learning to understand multiple perspectives is something that's very useful. I don't think you need to accomplish that by, making everybody speak one language.
So you tweeted earlier this year about a brilliant tweet. I love it. Anyone who wants to say that emoji are a language should make that assertion entirely in emoji. And if they're right, it should be no problem, right? I mean, if emoji is a language, you should be able to use it to explain your argument that emoji is a language. I love that. It's really funny. But It does almost feel a bit like it's taking us back to the world of hieroglyphs. I mean, I'm a big Stargate fan, and so that, it appeals to me, this idea that, we have this big wheel that we can use to tap in coordinates using emoji. That would be a very rubbish version of Stargate.
I really don't want to use emoji to fly my spaceship.
No.
I just don't want to know what happens if you type in the little poop emoji into your Stargate.
Yeah, that will.
You just end up in some intergalactic sewer.
Yeah. And suddenly we've just written every episode of next season of Doctor Who.
Sounds about right.
Never mind, Trap Street is a trap sewer. But yeah, I mean, this idea that emoji could be a language and it feeling like something from thousands of years ago, are we devolving?
The reason I issued that challenge is because I don't think you can. For one thing, there is no emoji that stands for emoji. Emoji aren't that abstract. So when I've seen people trying, they'll put things like a happy face emoji or, a couple different classic tears of joy or whatever emojis to stand for emoji as a whole. But that's not obvious. If you see that and you don't know that's what it's supposed to mean, you'll just think it means happy or it means tears of joy or something like that. And then they'll try to have something that stands for language, which is generally something like a speech bubble or the little emoji with alphabet characters in it. Which, first of all, if you use the one with alphabet characters in it, you are using something that's kind of linguistic in order to represent language. Like, you are still using an alphabet. It's really hard to make it clear that what you want to say, exactly what you want to say in emoji. So, emoji are not a substitute for language. I don't think they're gonna stop us from using actual language. Another way to think about it is we've had the ability to do art for a long time, but just because we have the ability to do art doesn't mean we've stopped doing literature, because they do different things. A picture is worth 1,000 words is the saying, but just because we have artists doesn't mean we don't also have writers. I think there's a place for both of them, and just because we have some sort of new way of communicating with images doesn't mean we're going to stop using words.
I love words anyway. I use quite a lot of them, having this kind of verbal diarrhea thing going on that happens quite a lot.
I use about 6 or 7 generally in my life.
Do we use lots of words or do we just
use the
say
same
the
word
same
over
words
and over
lots
again?
of times?
Oh, very true.
Well, at the start of the show, we just said hello about 20 times to each other.
We do tend to do that, yes.
Gravy boat. Baker Street Station.
Oh yeah, your robot last week was fantastic.
I mean, you've only ever said about 20 words, Katharine. So
That's why I'm so easy to automate.
But which words that are out there do you hope never ever enter common vocabulary? Is there any type of slang that you particularly hate?
I don't take the perspective that there is hate-worthy slang. I think that words have the right to, people have the right to use whatever words they want and to use whatever slang they want. I will say that I guess I like that our taboo words are changing. So, if you look at 100 years ago, it was really difficult to get words like the F word or other types of kind of sexual or scatological swear words in print anywhere. That was very taboo for a long time. And if you think about, but these days we're seeing more and more of them. You have movies that have a few of them in them. You see something like that. And I think that sex and bodily functions are healthy, natural things for humans to do. And the words that are really offensive that people don't say, particularly if you're not a member of the group that they refer to, are things like slurs, like ethnic slurs or racial slurs, sexual slurs against particularly marginalized groups. And I think it's actually very healthy for us that we're considering as taboo, we want to prevent people from saying slurs, because I don't think saying slurs is a great thing that people should be doing, and that we're actually okay with talking about sex, because I think sex is a lot better to talk about than calling people slurs. So, I guess those are, I like the direction that that's going. If there are words that people are not using as much.
Well, Gretchen, thank you very much for coming on the show today. Really appreciate you being on.
Thanks. It was great talking to you.
Yeah. And if you want to follow Gretchen on Twitter, she is at GretchenAMCC.
And she also has a blog, All Things Linguistic, which you can find on Twitter at All Things Ling, all one word.
That's very, very rhymey.
Indeed. Which, as word-obsessed people, we will all be following, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
And now for the clipping forecast issued by the Geekly Chronicles on behalf of Remington at 1900. The general summary this evening. Toenails, 2, with teeth, 5. Hedges, 4, or 9 with power tools. Wing mirrors, 3 or 4. Fingernails, 1. Dog hair, 4. Labradoodle, 7. Short back and sides, 3. Nose hair, 6. Sneezing likely. Paper clipping, 5. Would you like some help with that? Cutty, 3. 9 with sark. Doom, 2. IDDQD. Topiary, 6. Giant rabbits likely. Bulldog, 3. Wallet replacement possible. Newspaper clippings, 2. For ransom notes, 7. And that ends the clipping forecast. Indeed it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Now Katharine is back. We can play our favourite game again.
Yeah, I'm a bit because I've normally got that little music in the background, and I've pressed the button.
And
Apparently, it's
nothing
playing
has
all the
happened.
volumes down. That's why.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
thought
There you
something
go.
weird was going on. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys have special new extra tools for this week.
It's exciting.
We do.
We actually have now physical buzzers here in the studio. You'll
Yes.
see a picture of our nice geekly green buzzers on
Yes,
Twitter.
you will.
That we
Catherine is
have
now
handmade
tweeting.
ourselves here
I'm
because
about
we
to
are,
tweet, which
as
obviously
we
is,
talked
is
about,
making me slow.
as we talked about last week. We're very big fans of Makerspace and things. We've been busy making and hacking things together here for the studio. So
Indeed.
we have fantastic buzzers all hooked up to, was it a Teensy LC?
TNC++.
There
I
we go.
think, For those
Great little
for
things.
those people who have any idea what that is.
But anyway,
'cause
it's
I
now
certainly do not.
time, as we said, for...
Game of Geeks.
now, for
Indeed
those
it
that
is.
don't remember what Game of Geeks is, it is our weekly game show in which Katharine here tries to test Chris and I on our film knowledge.
Indeed.
How well does that normally
or
go?
lack thereof.
Or lack thereof.
And currently it is. So we've done 3 games of geeks.
Yep.
Because we've done 4 shows and one Catherine wasn't here, and it is currently 2-1 to you.
2-1 to me. Now, we've got our buzzers this week, so we should say whose that is. So this week, I'm going to press it. My buzzer goes.
You didn't turn me
Well.
up.
So this week, my buzzer goes. Okay.
And my buzzer goes.
Nelly the elephant packed a trunk and said goodbye to the circus.
So,
Okay.
Right, yeah, anyway.
so we've got that to
Apparently,
look forward to.
that. So once again, my buzzer. I love the fact I've actually got a clicky button to press
Yes.
here as well. It's brilliant.
Quite fun, isn't it? And
Yep.
and mine.
Nelly the elephant.
There we go.
So
Anyway,
So, are we ready to start Game of Geeks?
I
hopefully,
believe
yeah.
we are.
Game of Geeks.
Right.
Let's do this.
So I will give 3 clues for each film. If one of you manages to answer the question on clue number 1, you'll get 3 points. Clue number 2, 2 points. On the third clue, only 1 point. 'Cause
Okay.
you've basically given it to you.
Right.
Yep, the usual rules. Okay, so film number 1, clue number 1. The starship Nostromo is the setting for most of this movie. Kaz,
Alien.
yes.
Yes!
Oh,
3
3 points right out
I
of
only
the-
remember
out
that
of the
because of a
gate.
joke that Holly made about it in Red Dwarf once,
Oh.
but that was it.
Oh, well, I liked my third clue for that film.
What was
which I'm
it?
going to
Just
read
read
out
it
just
out.
because
What
I
would
like
it be?
it. So it was this movie and the franchise it spawned was referenced in the Doctor Who special Last Christmas.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, that's really racist.
Indeed.
Okay, right. So film number 2, clue number 1.
Oh.
This film's main character is based on real life Joseph Merrick.
All right, I've got nothing.
Kez,
Is my buzzer relevant to this? Is it something about the Elephant Man?
oh my goodness, have you been
Well,
swatting up?
it's Merrick. I remember the last name Merrick. Merrick was the Elephant Man, right?
Yep, that's
Someone's
right.
been cheating.
Wow. And I just thought, hang on a second, elephant, Merrick. It was,
Wow.
And again, it was the Bare
It was a
Naked
sign.
Ladies song. I buy it on Merrick's remains. Ooh, all them crazy elephant bones. And it could I have it if I had $1 million? That's what did it.
Wow. Just putting all the pieces
So
together.
if I hadn't picked elephant
Apparently.
buzzers this week,
Or maybe, I don't know.
Maybe I'd have had a
I must
shot.
be in the zone, which is funny because I'm being really distracted by people in the chat room asking if we'd ever do karaoke, which we would indeed. And Scattermoon
that is a
has just
solid
said,
maybe.
Merrick Christmas.
Right, okay.
Boom.
Okay, so film number 3. Come on, Chris.
Come on,
I'm
Chris.
going to try.
Come
I'm
on, Chris.
currently 6 points behind.
You're just going to hit the
But
buzzer now anyway. Just
basically,
to freeze
yeah.
me out.
This film was an early role for WWE wrestler Batista.
I don't even know what that is.
What's a Batista?
I
Is
don't
that
know
a bit
either.
like a baguette? Is it a cross between a baguette and a barista?
I thought Batista was
That sounds
one of the
weirdly
cops in
delicious.
Dexter,
Ah.
Okay.
but apparently a wrestler that was in a film.
Okay. Well, no idea.
No,
No.
okay, clue number
Moving
2.
on.
This film has apparently often been nicknamed the Space Avengers. Kaz?
The Avengers.
No. Kaz?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my god. Oh
Wow.
my
2
god.
more
I could have had a
points.
go on that one.
Oh, great.
Oh yes.
I mean, the Avengers does have some
Batista
spacey
is the
stuff
one
in it,
with
but-
yeah. No,
I
I know
actually-
which one Batista is. I
Yeah.
think.
One's Batista.
I think Batista's the little like raccoon thing, isn't he?
No.
Or is
No, I don't think a wrestler
No.
would play a tiny raccoon. That's,
no? But
that's
that was
matey,
the
isn't
irony
it?
of it.
No.
No, that's that guy. The
Oh
guy
no,
that's
no,
now
that's
been
that
in-
guy. Yeah, no,
the guy that's
Batista
been in the
was
chef film.
the one that was. I can think of the character. I can picture the character,
Right.
But I can't
Yeah,
say
okay,
the
yeah,
character
anyway.
out. Anyway, shall we do the game?
So I'm
So
currently...
I can try and win
8
some points.
Am I on 8 points?
Yes, I at
Yep,
this
you're
point.
on 8 points.
I at this point have no hope
No
of
points.
clawing my
No.
way
you're,
back.
You're playing purely. You're playing purely,
Purely
for
for-
self-respect.
Well,
Self-respect,
playing
which
to try
is
and have me get
minimal.
less points now.
Yes, which won't help in the whole you winning situation, but
Okay, come on. What's the next
will
one?
make me
Right,
feel
next
better
one.
about
Clue
life.
number 1. Der Untergang is the German title of this film.
No, I'm...
Well, I know what that means.
What does it mean?
I'm not going to tell you what it means,
Rat.
Oh, you're getting the hang of this now.
but I can't think of. Because there hasn't been a film released with the exact translation in English, so I
All right,
can't
what's
think
the
of.
next clue then?
So the next clue is one particular scene has been parodied countless times on YouTube.
That could be anything.
Is it the scene... Is it the...
Now I want the film, not
Is
the
it-
scene.
No, but I'm just thinking, is it the one that's got Hitler in it? With the Hitler Reacts to videos? Because if it is, the name of the film, it's...
I can confirm or deny nothing.
Oh, the name of the film. What is the name of that film? Next clue. Next
So,
clue.
clue number 3. The majority of the film is based around the last days of a notorious dictator.
Okay, so
Okay,
I know that.
so
but
it's
what
that
is-
one.
What's the film called? What is the film called?
I can't tell you, but it sounds like we're out of time.
Yeah.
It was Downfall.
Okay.
Yeah. But
yes.
Oh dear.
No, I guess that does.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, but we have a clear winner.
Oh, okay. Are we at the end of the game now?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
This week's winner is. Kez.
With a solid 8
Surprise,
points to
surprise.
0.
Off I go with a trumpety trump. Trump. Oh, yeah.
Indeed. I
Okay.
am going to pack my trunk and say goodbye to the circus.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
now, what's the score now?
It's 3-1.
3-1. Oh.
Well, there's still time. I could claw this back before the final episode of the series. I just have to win the next 3 shows, and then I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah, and there'll still
luck
be
with that.
2 shows to go.
Yeah, there'll still be 2 shows to go. I can do this.
Kez
I
could
can
even
do
win one to make it interesting. And then,
Oh.
you know,
Oh, give it a
Oh,
go.
we could have to fight to the death during the live final episode. That would be exciting.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. I'll make
All right.
extra clues for that one.
Well, we've still got to finish decorating our gingerbread house. We've
Yes,
still got
we
loads
do.
more to come on the show, including lots of requests for Christmas music that I might have to be persuaded more rigorously to play. But this is another Christmas song, one that I hadn't heard before earlier, actually, but it's pretty good. Oh, I quite like that song.
Yeah, it was quite a nice. I've not heard that one either, but
Oh, well, indeed.
It's Would You Rather.
Hey, well, there we go. Let's get an update on Would You Rather.
yes, let's have a look at how the vote is going. And it looks like most people want Santa for a
I
dad.
still want to know who has voted for Monkey for an Uncle, because actually I think I'm on Monkey for an Uncle. I think that's where I am.
I think it's kind of mean because I'm just thinking about my family, and if I suddenly replaced one of my uncles with a monkey, I'd have some really upset uncle spouses.
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah, no, that makes sense. But
Suddenly having to deal with monkey situation.
I suppose it's not surprising for you because your dad already is Santa. But I think if my dad became Santa, people might be surprised.
Yes. Well, but yeah. So apparently here we are with many more people having voted to have Santa for a dad than a monkey for an uncle. But the lines are still open. If you head to gkly.co/bad, you can still vote.
That's not the link because we don't do bad song
Don't
of the
do
week
bad
anymore.
song anymore.
Oh my gosh. If we go to gkly.co/wyr,
Yes.
Or would you rather?
Would you
Yes,
rather?
which is
Because-
what this feature is.
Because we're halfway through this series,
And yet
I'm
you're still doing
stuck on
the
last
old series
feature.
features.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So maybe we should quit that one while I'm ahead. Please get your votes in there.
Yes,
but for
please do.
now, I think we should maybe get on with this gingerbread house that we started making
Yeah,
earlier.
I'm opening up some sweeties.
So if
So
you once
we've got
again
some sweeties being
tune
opened
yourself
here.
into Periscope.
Yeah, head to our Twitter at GKLYCO and you can watch the process of decorating the gingerbread house, which I've just noticed looks identical on the front and back.
Really?
Which is quite amusing.
So there are
there's-
two doors?
There's the front. We've got a front door and a back door
I
and
see.
exactly the same windows. So it's a very, very accessible house. I imagine there's probably a lot of light inside,
Can-
if it wasn't made of gingerbread.
Can we build a little icing wheelchair ramp and make sure it's perfectly accessible?
I'm sure we can.
Okay, so we've now got this gingerbread house here. So, Catherine, what have we got there to decorate
So
with?
we've got some little heart-shaped jelly sweets, which the box tells me
Oh.
are definitely vegetarian friendly, which is good.
That is useful.
We've also got some sort of, I don't know, what would you call these? They're
Those are what I would call off-brand Smarties.
No,
Yeah.
they look more like indigestion tablets.
they do.
They
look
do
really
a bit.
Sort of
They're kind of-
pill-like.
What are they? Should we taste one?
They're sort
Okay,
of
yeah, I'm gonna eat a
I'm
yellow
holding
one.
one up on the Periscope now.
Oh, they're
and
really
kind
hard.
of thick.
Yeah, I'm breaking a tooth on it.
Well, they're more like nerds, that kind of thing. Oh,
They're
wow.
really
that
hard.
sounds
That
like it might
sounds-
have actually broken a tooth there.
Ow.
Okay.
It's not an off-brand Smartie. There's not chocolate in it.
No chocolate. Okay, right.
Pure sugary badness.
Excellent.
Oh, goodness.
I am very much looking forward to that.
Okay, so I've got the icing pack again. What?
Yeah.
So what do we need to do now?
So we need to decorate. So
Patterns?
So I suppose fill in the little roof tile.
Do we want to do
thingamajigs.
that? Do we want to do that, or do we want to do something different?
Well, I don't
Maybe
know.
we
I
put
was
a
thinking
G on the roof for Geekly.
maybe, or I was thinking then we could put these little blobs like in the little crevices.
But we could put them around the G.
We could put them around the
That
G.
is
Do you
an
want me to
idea.
stick to
Or
the plan,
the-
or do we want me to make it a Geekly house?
We could make it a geekly house. I mean, I suppose the G could stand for gingerbread, or it could stand for geekly, or it could be a gangster
I'm
house.
going for
Could be Christmas.
Christmas,
Christmas.
yeah.
We have a G. We have an icingy G.
Right, I'm gonna just
Okay, I'll turn it round so that you can put the baubles on, and I'll do the G the other side.
okay.
Okay.
Might as
So
well make it symmetrical.
Catherine is now decorating. I feel like I have
So
the least
truly,
important job.
on brand here. I'm
Yes.
putting little green
Blobs on the
for
G.
decoration.
There we go.
And we have another G on the other
Uh-huh.
side there, as you can see, if you're watching the Periscope.
Yeah, I mean, we need to decorate the sides of the house as
Yes.
well, obviously.
This is going to
Try and
be
get some icing on these windows.
interesting.
You need to keep talking, Chris. I've got to
Yes,
concentrate here.
I
Sorry,
realise
I-
how intense the decoration efforts are. I also realise that this phone is rapidly running out of battery, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, Catherine is continuing to pop those little green blobs.
Yeah, I think
Um,
I think that has been blobbed.
If you're
For the
having,
I was attempting to decorate the windows, but it's gone a little bit horror house here.
it has a bit. The windows have gone a bit melty
I appear
and
to
weird.
the house is on fire at
Yes.
this point in time.
Okay, so to aid the sort of fire theme, I'm going to put orange blobs around the window.
Brilliant.
I might try and decorate the windows on this side differently.
That. Ooh.
Yeah, those little circles
Kez is
above
going
the door.
off plan.
I'm adding curtains to the windows at this side.
Oh. Ooh.
That seems to have worked a little better. And so the circles in the front of the house, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, if you kind of fill those in, then we can
There's that
stick
little circle above
like
the door
hearts
there.
or something in the
You
middle,
can see.
so that it's a
Yeah.
house of love.
Oh.
House of love, geekly love.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm going to try and add some curtains to these windows as well. Kind of doing it on a slant here.
Yeah, I've no idea what the curtains actually look like because I haven't seen them, so I'm going to put them on the periscope.
There we go.
There they
Let
are.
me put my last little.
There they are.
Sorry.
Let me,
I'm holding it
I've
sideways,
lost
which
a,
is-
I've lost a ball.
Sorry, viewers.
Oh dear.
But yeah,
so this
there are
is
your little
this is
curtains.
this
There's
is
a
working.
rogue-
Well, everything's fine.
There's a rogue ball in the garden.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Everything
I'm gonna eat the
is
rogue
fine.
Pardon, Mrs. Arden. There's a rogue ball in your garden.
Oh, those
All
balls
right.
aren't particularly tasty.
Aren't or are?
Are not.
Oh dear.
I've had tastier balls.
I think we're just generally getting disappointed with the candy and sweets and things that we're
I've added
we're
a K
attaching
to
to
the
this
roof
house.
as well, so it's GK for geekly.
I see.
Okay.
So okay, I'm going to turn it around so you can see that side.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with some.
There's your
some
K.
pink.
There's the
Needs
Oh,
that
oh,
interesting
hang on.
sploogey circle above the door situation going on.
Sploogey.
It is the icing is nothing if not
Splooge,
sploogey,
TM.
and
I'm going to
the
try
little
one of these
hearty
little
thing has
heart
been
tubes.
popped on there. That's nice.
Okay.
There's the curtains
Do
going
more,
on.
More curtains on this side.
Cute little yellow curtains.
More
Yeah,
curtains
go on.
than a classroom in the 90s.
Oh, hang on.
That is a lot of
If I
curtains.
leave it like this, it looks really
That is a lot of curtains. You've just stuck a ball on the curtains. That one looks a little bit like a fish, which is odd. It's kind of
Fish hearts.
it's splooged out, and you can see the kind of fish shape. There's its tail near the edge. The camera's just gone all blurry.
Okay, I'm going to stop
There's
icing
its
for a
tail,
second and add
there's
some.
its fishy head,
add
and
some
there's
bits.
its weird blobby eye. Yeah, we've got the weird indigestion tablets going on the top now,
Helping the structure.
helping the structure and the bowels of this house.
The house has bowels.
Since when did that happen?
All houses have
Ah.
bowels,
Okay, I need a sploogey hearty thing.
don't we all?
The
So I
hearts
wonder-
are
I
quite
wonder-
tasty.
I wonder how well this is working on radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here we are, decorating a gingerbread house live on the show.
If you're not watching the Periscope,
Oh, the
then
hearts are quite tasty. I'm just going to eat them.
Yeah, I think they're probably better in our mouths than
on the house.
on the house.
I've got loads of icing left over and not really much left to do with
So
it.
you need to go around the door so that I can give a little sweet door handle. Plus, you need to laugh at my rude curtains.
Oh dear, what have we done?
Oh God.
We put Katharine in charge. What? How are they rude?
Dear. I mean, I don't think we're allowed to discuss how they're rude. Ross says that although
Maybe
this
if you
is
put the word beef in there somewhere, you might.
Oh.
Catherine.
Oh.
This is one of those times that we're going to have
I've
to
said
edit
no
this
restricted words.
No.
No, you haven't.
And so I'm
But
just going to put some icing on top of one of these hearts.
Can I get in on the hearts things? Because I haven't yet snacked
Yeah,
on
there you
any
go.
of this. There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
So should
Look
the
at that.
doorknob be one of the little round bally things or one of the indigestion tablet things?
I
Oh,
think the
that's a good
indigestion
question.
tablet thing would fall off.
Okay, so
One of the round little ball things.
I'm liking the little hearty things
Uh-huh.
that we got over there.
Yeah. Indeed.
Ross says, although this is working really badly on radio, it's going fine on Periscope. So,
Excellent. Well, that's good then. We'll have to package that along with the show.
yes.
So I think that's about as much decorating as we can do on this.
certainly
while we're
on radio.
air, yes.
Yes.
There's a little ball in the garden. Yeah, there it is.
So we'll
as Catherine
definitely
said.
we'll definitely
Hashtag
go for a
garden
different
ball.
song here.
Garden ball.
So I'm just gonna. Can you see that on the Periscope?
I can splooge the icing at
I was going to splooge it on the camera.
All right.
The camera down. Put the camera down. There we go. And
Ah,
there we go.
okay.
Good stuff. There you
Ross
go.
says that
on
the
that
window,
note-
this window here on the right, that I can't now show you because the camera's all icingy. But
Someone
Lick it
lick the
off.
camera.
Lick it off. Oh, that's good live on Periscope right there.
sorry, guys. But that window apparently looks a bit like a face. So
Interesting.
Hashtag
Well, while we continue to decorate our gingerbread house and then potentially eat it live on air,
You're listening to the Geekly Chronicles. It's like the Go Compare guy, only less annoying and more tuneful.
well, yeah, I think that didn't quite work on radio as well as we'd hoped, but it did
No,
certainly
perhaps
work on
not.
Periscope.
yes,
And it was a lot of fun, although at one point I did just give up, pour icing all over the thing, and now it looks ridiculous.
yes.
Please do check our Twitter account to see how ridiculous our geekly gingerbread mess looks. And I'm going to try eating bits
I think
of it
it's
shortly.
probably festive.
It is festive.
It's festive. Yeah,
I'm going to
I'll
attempt
give you
to.
that.
I'm going to break a piece off and try and eat it. That is very gingerbready.
Yeah.
Very nice. So as we approach the end of the show, we need to have a think about would you rather this week.
We do.
Yes, we do.
We asked you, would you rather have a Santa for a dad or have a monkey for an uncle?
And it's a very good question. I think me and Katharine decided that we would rather the Santa for a dad, and you were more leaning towards the monkey uncle. If I
It
remember
would be
correctly.
entertaining,
It would be entertaining. It's very true.
but you would have to clean up a lot more poo.
Yes. And speaking of cleaning up poo, our listeners have made their decision,
Have they really?
more or less.
Mostly more.
They've
Mostly more.
mostly
yeah.
more. They've had the whole show, and the vote is almost fully in favour of having Santa for a dad.
Santa for a dad.
Yes,
Wow. So you would rather have Santa for a dad than a
monkey for
an
an uncle. 75% of the votes that came through were all for Santa for a dad.
Well, I'll be a Santa's dad. I mean, a monkey's uncle.
Well, I've just broken a corner of the roof off, so there is now officially a leak
Yeah,
in the
I'm gonna
Geekly
get.
Gingerbread house.
I'm gonna get in on that.
Oh my God, I've just taken an entire roof.
Should we have
The roof
taken that
panel
photo of
jiggled
the
a
house
bit.
before we started eating it?
Did you not take it?
No, I took a picture of the curtains and made a rude tweet on my own
Quick,
account.
do it from that side because we've not really eaten from
Oh.
that side yet.
Where's
There
the
we go.
camera?
Oh, no, that side's got the massive whatever. So, tonight on the Geekly Chronicles, we had a fantastic guest with us talking about words and language. Absolutely fascinating and very topical as we head towards the end of 2015. And we've had a lot of word-related things happen this year. Lots of new words added. Emoji is becoming a thing. We had Game of Geeks, which I won. Ha.
Yeah.
These two are just eating gingerbread
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we are.
Lost them
You've lost us,
completely
yeah.
for the rest of the show.
Oh dear,
And-
we've definitely had some slippage.
Is the house
here on
falling
the front.
apart?
Yeah,
There's been some subsidence.
the heart has gone slipping down the
Right,
house
never mind.
towards the front door.
So,
Oh, this is good gingerbread.
it is good.
It is, isn't it?
But people aren't listening to us because they want to hear us eat.
No, sorry.
You can join me for the sandwich hour tomorrow morning for that. But
That should be a real show.
it should be a real show. The sandwich hour. I review a different sandwich every week. But you know, it's now our last show of 2015, and it's
It is.
soon coming to a close. The last show of 2015. Can you believe
Wow.
it? In
It is a
2015,
bit
we
strange.
did a series and a half of the Geekly Chronicles.
Holy moly.
As we started, did we start before Christmas last year?
Um,
Or was it in the new year that we started? I think it was April, February, March.
One of those things.
It was definitely a month.
It
Yes.
was a month.
It was a month. It
It-
might have even been a day and a week.
Yeah. It was definitely a
Let's not
Friday.
get crazy.
It was definitely a Friday. So we had the whole of Series 2 of the Geekly Chronicles. We're now halfway through Series 3.
Oh no, the whole roof's going to go.
Oh no! Oh! Catch
I've got
the
it,
roof!
don't worry.
Catch the roof.
We've
we'll
now
just have
had,
to take the roof off.
We've now had Series... we're now halfway through Series 3 of the Geekly Chronicles. And it's Christmas time, so we're thinking about wishes. What do you wish for, Katharine, for the next series, for the rest of the series of the Geekly Chronicles?
Happy listeners.
Happy listeners.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that all you want?
I think so. I think that's the main aim, isn't it?
Okay, suck up. Chris, anything you wish for the next series?
Excuse me, my nose needs a wipe.
It's looking
Please
a bit
tell me that's
brown
from the
there,
icing.
Of course. Why not?
I wish for more segments that involve food because this is just brilliant.
We do have a lot of them, though.
We do, but you know, if we could make the entire 2 hours just eating, I feel like I would be happy with that.
True.
So what do you wish for?
Well, food's not a bad one. I'm excited for our live show in February. I think that's going to be
Very
cool.
excited for that.
I wish for a fun live show.
I wish for more ticket sales.
I wish for more ticket sales, indeed. Not that we want the money, because tickets really are only £1, but we would love to have more of you there during the live show. So if you're listening from abroad, please, the tickets are only £1 and the flights are probably only a couple of thousand. So give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally worth it, right?
Yep.
Plus a hotel in central London. I mean, you can work it out.
Everyone could just sleep in the studio. It's fine.
You can work it out for less than $1 million, and that's basically what matters.
Yeah. So, there's lots to look forward to. My wish is that Donald Trump stops existing.
Seconded.
Well,
I mean, there's
bonus.
There's entertainment value. Comedians will have a much harder time of making political humour without Donald Trump, but
He makes his own political humour.
he is political humour. But anyway, let's not get into the politics here on the show. But what about you, listeners? What do you want for 2016 on the show? We've had some great stuff in the chat room. 10 out of 10 for effort, apparently. Monkeys are cute. That is why I wanted a monkey for an uncle.
Fair.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to think that. I don't know. Do you want a cute uncle?
And that's a bit of a weird question, really.
It was meant to be weird.
Okay. 2016, I wish for Katharine not being weird.
Seriously, do we really wish that?
I,
Would you come in here and be all normal?
No, that would be very boring, actually.
Great votes.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, it's lots of great things. The gingerbread apocalypse, according to Scattermoon, so that's an interesting one.
Chris is just sat here eating a piece of the gingerbread roof like it's pizza.
That is pretty amazing.
I am. It's true. I've just tweeted pictures of our gingerbready mess.
Well, get your
Twitter.
wishes in. We'll talk about your wishes. We will play one last request of the year here on the show. We've got a lot of different requests here. Let's see, who have we not played a request from yet? Okay, this is a request from the cryptically named Can I Have One?
Only we exist.
We are actually now all on a sugar high,
Yes, we are.
having eaten all of the gingerbread.
We are very excitable at the moment.
We've
We've had a lot of geekly wishes in the chat
had a lot
room, which
of
is nice.
Geekly wishes, weekly gishes, I was about to say. So anyway, we have had some great gishes. Some great gishes.
We've had some
Wow.
great
Okay,
wishes.
I can't words. You two
We've
take
had some
over.
great wishes in the chat room. KF wishes for more weird, which is certainly what you're going to get. Scattermoon wishes that wishes didn't work, which is a wish that I will grant, and then, as it's a paradox, promptly vanish in a puff of logic.
Excellent.
As will the rest of this show and shortly the universe.
Rachel wishes for lots more geekliness or gookliness, as you use the abbreviated term geekly. Jake wishes for less ants and more bees.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, works for me.
I'd go for that.
Amy wishes that her move goes well. Good luck, Amy.
Good luck, Amy.
Good luck.
Good luck, Amy.
Woo! Woo! But I think everyone's wishing for a good geekly series to continue in 2016.
It's been really kind, very kind words. I wish that you continued a great show. Brilliant season so far. Thank you. More bees is apparently good. Absolutely.
But for now.
For now, we have come to the end of the show, our last show of 2015. So,
Still can't believe it.
so from me, Kaz.
Me, Catherine.
Santa is your father. From me, Chris.
Good night, good luck, and we will see you on the 1st of January, 2016.
You've been listening to the Geekly Chronicles. Content was researched and vaguely fudged together by Chris, Katharine and Kez, who are also your hosts for this evening's show. The Geekly Chronicles is an independent production. Any reference to any persons or things, living or dead, was probably an error. What is reality anyway? Don't take the blue pill, live long and prosper. Wear sunscreen.
There is icing everywhere.